Hello and welcome to a short video on these Tsunoda pliers. I was going to do a dedicated Japanese tool haul video on pliers, and I probably still will. I have a couple of packages on the way from Japan, but these are actually sourced from Amazon in the UK. They were with Prime delivery, they were very reasonably priced, so instead of adding them to the Amazon Japan order, I just got these from the UK. And what I want to focus on is these two, the PL-150 and the PL-200, because there's something going on here which I don't think is expected. Now I did see from the Amazon reviews for this plier that Project Farm, the YouTube channel, has done a video on these and found them to be exceptionally strong. Now these arrived first, these duckbill pliers, and they look amazing. They say made in Japan. They have the King TTC sub-brand on there. See if I can focus on that. They look great. They had a little bit of residue on the tips here, and the tips are not perfectly formed, but for £10 or whatever it cost to get these, very happy with them. So I bought these two, and looking at the colors of the handles, you can see that these are very similar and this is quite different. I thought maybe the PL-150 is made in a different place, or it may even be fake or something like that, but the reviews for this actually suggested that the quality was not up to par. And having got this in my hands today, first thing I notice is that it has a normal nut on the back, whereas this one has a ground one. And then there's a lot of play. There's a lot of play. If I just focus in on that mechanism there, there's more play than I would expect for the reputation that these pliers have. The teeth are well formed, and the actual assembly, not the assembly, but the kind of forging of the pliers itself looks like a very good standard, like it's been done to a very good standard. But there's something about this that just doesn't really sit right with me when you compare it to the PL-150, which, although it has a different handle grip, it has a fair amount of play there, but it's sorry, the focusing is not helping me here. It has a fair amount, but it's nowhere near what I kind of saw on the PL-200s. And so it made me wonder. The other thing that made me wonder is if you compare these two, this says DIY PL-200, and this has the King TTC logo, PL-150. That's a bit strange. Even stranger is that on the back, this says made in Japan, whereas this says TTC Japan here, no made in Japan mark on the back. Now, when a tool manufacturer puts the word Japan on a tool, it doesn't mean it's made in Japan, it just means that the manufacturer is Japanese. And so I'm wondering if these are a DIY version of the PL-200s that are not sold under the King TTC name and are actually a little bit more cheaply produced and maybe produced somewhere else. If you look at the duckbill pliers, you'll see that they also say made in Japan on them very clearly. Now, the packaging for everything does have the King TTC brand on it, so it is a bit confusing, and I do wonder if there's some foul play going on here. It also says made in Japan on the packaging, and there's nothing to suggest that the packaging is any different. If you've bought Japanese pliers and tools in general, you'll know that they come with this kind of cardboard or paper backing, and then a blow molded PTFE kind of or PET, I guess, shell around it, and they just come off very easily with a staple. So there's nothing to suggest from the packaging that these would be any different. But then again, this packaging is quite easy to replicate, and it almost looks to me like a different pair of pliers has been slipped into this packaging. I don't know why or how that would get done, but yeah, it's weird, and it's not enough for me to say that these are fake, but just maybe that they are made by Tsunoda, but they are a different, a very slightly different lower tier plier. If you look at the PL-200s online from Amazon Japan and from other sources, you'll see that they're very clearly stamped King TTC here, just like this. So it is weird, this, and these are probably going back, which is weird, because if I expected to send any back, it would have been the smaller ones. I have some KTC pliers in this size coming from Japan, so I thought no point having two of the same thing, and I was going to send this back. But actually, I'm really impressed with this little pair of pliers, and I think they're staying with me. This one yeah, it's probably going back, and I'll have to see if I can get, if I need a 200mm slip joint plier. Maybe I'll source it direct from Japan with my next order, whenever that is, because I don't have too much confidence in this. So that's it for this video, guys. I'm not going to ask you to like or subscribe or any of that. I just thought that this was worth speaking about, and instead of writing an Amazon review, which I may well do, this is just an easier way for me to get it out. Cool. Thanks for watching. Full Japanese tool haul coming soon, hopefully.